So I just saw the newest Avatar movie, Aang the Last Airbender, and it was good. But as many as you know, the releasing of this movie has been a complete disaster. First up, it was supposed to go to theaters, but Paramount Plus decided to boot it to the streaming service instead. And then second of all, like months before it was supposed to come out, even before the trailers and everything, it got leaked online. So many people watched it before it actually came out. Now I was tempted to watch it, but I heard good things. I was gonna say to myself, oh, okay, I'm gonna wait for theaters. But again, at this time I didn't realize it was going on straight to Paramount Plus. And again, I hope if it was good, like many people were saying, I like to support avenues, a franchise that actually have good quality, so that will encourage bigger studios to make better movies. So yeah, I waited and I waited, and now this week it just finally came out, and you know what? It was pretty good. Wasn't amazing, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, okay, let's get okay. Before I even talk about this thing, one more thing I gotta say. Let's the state of this franchise. It's been rough, buddy. I mean, okay, we got Korra, which was a pretty good sequel show. In fact, I even got the box set. In case you're wondering why I didn't have Avatar, the show, it's because, well, Avatar was on Netflix, Korra was at the time, and it's like $10 at Target, so we just bought this. Because me and my sister really wanted to see what happened next. And then, but yeah, Avatar, the TV show, is one of my favorite TV shows ever. Like, outside maybe like Breaking Bad, Succession, Better Call Saul, probably my favorite. It's the greatest anime show of all time, which I know everybody said, but it was like lightning in a bottle. Deep characters, great humor, some of the best world building ever. I mean, my god, the world in the show was insane, and I absolutely loved it. Then came the 2010 movie, which is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, genuinely, like it's between that or that Jack and Jill, because it's one of the most disgusting things I've seen in my life. Like it is, just the thought of that movie alone makes me want to vomit. Like I feel such utter repulsion for it. I wish nothing but the worst, and I will piss on its grave. So yeah, I'm not a fan. I get it's one of the few. It's like one of 5 movies I give 1 out of 10s. Then the Netflix show came along, another live action remake, and I think maybe it was because I was just like as you know what, it's nowhere near as bad as the 2010 movie, which is not. So I was like, it's whatever. It's not good still. It's still not good, but it's like what fine. And so again, like it's not ever since like 2014 with Korra, but even they had like one crappy season, we haven't got any good Avatar material for a long time. I mean, okay, there's some or at least in terms of physical, like digital media, there's some decent books and comics. But again, after like a 12-year drought since Korra, we finally get a new animated project, and damn, it was pretty good. But again, before I say the positives, a few problems. Number one, it doesn't really have that serve a purpose in the story. In the grand schemes of Avatar, it's like those comics again. Actually, even some of those comics have like further character development and story. This doesn't, because I mean, like as much fun as it is to see characters like Toph, Zuko, and Sokka, they're all fun and enjoyable to watch, but they really don't need to be there. If you were removed from the story, nothing would change. But again, they're just their classic selves. And again, nothing's wrong with seeing them. I can't speak much about them because again, they're just there to tell jokes and go along the journey. I guess that works fine. But compared to the character development we saw from them in the TV show, it's not here. The only characters who really get any somewhat development is Qatar, with even saying that's a stretch, and Aang, because he's the main character. And even in Aang's character arc, which is about like coming to grips with him being the only airbender, that was something that's already happened in the show, and I think it honestly did everything that this did already. So again, doesn't like it's not like it really furthers any themes or character or story in any really interesting ways. Another issue is that there's a certain plot thing which for them is so predictable. Another reason why actually this whole movie is very predictable. You understand what's going to happen, why? Because well, Korra exists. This is set between the two shows, and again, the whole plot of the movie is Aang is trying to find a magical staff with this other Airbender guy who's been in the frozen for thousands of years, so that he can rebuild the Air Kingdom after they're wiped out. But if you watch Korra, you know what's gonna happen and how that's gonna end. So yeah, the whole plot's like, yeah, I know you already understand what's gonna happen in the whole plot and how it's gonna unfold. It's kind of like that one last episodes of Clone Wars. As good as they were, you pretty much predicted everything: who was gonna make it out alive, who wasn't, what was gonna happen. Because again, we already saw all what happens in the future. But again, the positives now is that despite the characters not really serving much of purpose, a lot of them, or having any interesting development, they're all still fun. Like, yeah, some people say Zaka's too goofy, and yeah, it doesn't really have shows like intelligence or more smart or like leadership qualities that were in the show. Well, still, it did capture his goofy aspects pretty well. Toph, Zuko, all of them were just like a lot of funny scenes. The funniest one was like when Aang sends a letter to Zuko, which I'm not gonna say what's in the letter, but it was pretty hilarious. And again, they're always fun to watch. Just seeing it's just fun seeing the group together. That's the best way to describe this movie. It's fun. It's fun seeing the huge, amazing action sequences are really good and like really well animated, and the animation in general is just amazing. Like it is. That's the one thing I'll say this movie does better than the show is the animation. But again, it's not fair because it's like a 20-year difference. But it looks amazing, downright jaw dropping. Like the backgrounds, the movement, the characters, everything is just so done perfectly. Again, and so again, it's a fun ride. The only character that actually is interesting is the new one, Taga, voiced by Dave Bautista, who's probably the best actor turned wrestler turned actor. He was great. His character motivations were pretty great. The voice acting was great. I think he was a really good villain. I mean, the final battle, that's actually another was just like whatever. But again, he was a really interesting character and it was a good foil to Aang and the other group, and I really enjoyed. So again, he was probably the best part of this movie, and that's about really it. Again, this movie is just again, if you don't watch the Avatar show, you're gonna get nothing out of this. But if you have, it'll be a fun return, and to see these characters just hanging out and having another adventure. Is it anything exceptional? No, but it's good, and hopefully we will get something exceptional with the new Avatar show. But if you're thinking to yourself, maybe we'll get something as good as the original Avatar show, I think we should just let that hope die. That's like, again, I said, it's a lightning ball. It's one of those once in a lifetime moments that I'm not sure ever recaptured again. However, though, if we get stuff on par with Korra, minus season 2, I'm going to be satisfied. So here's hoping to the new show, and this movie is going to get an 8 out of 10.